Hello, Likitha. Welcome to Beyond the Brief.
Thank you so much, Rashmi. It's a pleasure to be here on your show.
Thank you so much, and I'm really looking forward to speaking to you. Really excited for this one.
Same here, same here.
Before starting with the CLAT PG questions, I find it difficult to introduce you in one sentence, looking at your diverse background. So, I would put the onus on you and ask you to introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you. So my name is Likitha Avare. Currently, I'm pursuing my LLM from National Law University. And apart from that, I'm a digital content creator. I create videos for law students for their law entrance examination on my YouTube channel. That's Legal Shots with Vakil. And apart from that, I run an Instagram page with the same name, Legal Shots with Vakil, where I create funny legal content.
I'm sure
So
many
this
of
would,
us already follow you there and
thank you.
consume your content on a regular basis. But today we are here for a particular subject that is CLAT PG. As you just mentioned, you are currently pursuing your masters from a national law university. So let's dive deep into that directly. And the first question which I have for you is with CLAT PG just around the corner. What's the advice that you would give to students to strategize their last 15-20 days just before the exam?
Okay, so before giving a strategy, let me just tell you what situation I faced, and I'm sure a lot of them might be facing the same similar situation.
Absolutely.
So what I had faced was I was having my ninth semester exam just a day prior to CLAT. So
Yeah.
I had my ninth semester last exam on 2nd of December, and 3rd of December was my CLAT examination. So
Right.
for the last 10 to 15 days, I couldn't do anything of related to my CLAT examination because ninth semester was also equally important for me. And let me also tell anyone who is going through the same situation or in the same boat that this one was something which my professor told me, that wherever you will go after your graduation, people will only see your ninth and 10th mark sheet, your that final mark sheet. And throughout my 4th year, I have always been a topper student in my batch, so I did not wanted to get that at least one subject
Right.
back, in my ninth semester. So was really scared, and I thought that for next 10 to 15 days before my ninth semester, let me just concentrate on my ninth semester. So I was focusing on that only. Just a day prior to my CLAT, I did a revision, but apart from that, whatever I had revised earlier, I had my notes. So I just revised those things a day prior to my CLAT. Now, to others who are not facing this situation, the luckiest people who have just to focus
Right.
on the CLAT, for them, I will tell them that right now you can give 14 to 15 hours only for CLAT. Sometimes we just think that, I might not be able to sit for 14 to 15 hours, but no, before exam, you can give 14 to 15 hours only for CLAT. Now, even in this, you can do smart work. Don't go and read those landmark judgments fully, like those are 400 pages, 500 pages.
Right.
You can go for the shortcut version. You can find any videos, YouTube videos people do upload, in short,
Absolutely.
what was held in that judgment, so you can check for that. Apart from that, you can go for SCSE online. So what does SCSE online do is they make the entire judgment into a very small compendium thing, and they also give the highlights of it, like what was the ratio, what was the particular judge's opinion
Opinion.
in that particular case, what was held. So try to focusing on these things right now for 15 days. Don't go into this entire judgment reading thing, and focus on mostly what is important, like the landmark cases. You can do a simple search on the current important landmark cases, and you will get a whole PDF things even on Google. So only focus on those judgments. Don't, because right now if you are not having a lot of time for 14 to 15 days, I wouldn't recommend you to go and do everything, but focus on what's important. That would
Right.
be my strategy right now for the students who are just focusing for the next 15 days.
Right. So as you mentioned that you only had one day before the exam to revise everything, we will obviously go into that because the syllabus is very uncertain and to cover everything is next to impossible. But before that, you mentioned about studying 14, 15 hours. What happens is during exam, we are so much in stress and panicking. We feel this pressure of studying continuously for long hours at a stretch. But more often than not, we end up opening the book and thinking about something else. We are more often than not in our thoughts of like what happens, what if this or what if that. So did you face similar situation, and if yes or no, whatever, but I want you to help students with this.
Yeah, let me tell you what I truly believe in is this sloka from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Karmani vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana, ma karma phale heturbo mate sangatsa karmani, which means focus on your karma, leave the rest on God. You have to now only focus on your preparation. You cannot predict what will be the question paper or how
Right.
difficult will be the questions, how easy will be the questions. Even if some of your friend is telling that, oh my god, this year, you can predict, this time I think the questions will be difficult, or this time the questions will be very easy. No, no one can predict it.
Oh,
It is all dependent on CLAT. So
right.
right now you have to only focus on reading judgments and think positive. You never know, like you read a particular judgment today, and you can see that judge the same judgment might have appeared in your examination, okay? And you might even think right now reading that, I don't think this will come, this is not important, but you will be shocked to see that particular judgment in the examination, okay? And it might even fetch you like 5 to 10 marks in the examination. So right now, whatever you have, whatever material you have in your hand, just focus on that and keep studying. Don't focus on the end results. Leave that in the hands of gods. You have to only focus on your karma, do your hard work.
Right. Now, going back to the revision part where you just cannot have enough time to revise. Even if you have studied everything, you'll feel that, oh, something I've missed. So how to manage with that? Because you had just one day to revise. Did you feel that pressure? Oh my god, I do not remember anything, and since like because I have not revised everything, I will not be able to give my best. This is something I face personally. So
No, no, I had the similar situation. In fact, I had this fear because I was thinking that, for the last 15 days, I did not had any time to study for CLAT, and I'm just studying for only one day prior to that. But I thought that whatever that one day I had made notes. So let me just go through my notes, whatever I had written in my handwriting, let me go through that. And in that situation, what you're telling now, don't go and run behind all the material that's available in the market, okay? A lot of people, what they do is they talk to friends and they just refer, this is something what I have read, this is something new material. Right now you will not be having that much time to consume on new material, but I would tell you to focus on the latest landmark judgments as well, like whatever might have happened in the November this thing also. Like you can take the example of the recent validity of article 39B, which
hmm,
was recently very popular and which
yes,
was in news. So don't leave such judgments. Then the AMU minority judgment, don't leave that. Then there was this POSCO's that just because you've compromised, you cannot squash a POSCO complaint. These all what were there in the headlines. Don't leave those judgments. But apart from that, you are also a law student. You cannot predict or you cannot cover everything in such limited time. So
right,
just focus and be thorough with at least whatever you're doing. Like a particular judgment, if you're reading, I just gave you an example of validity of Article 39, that the private property judgment. So if I would ask you any question from that particular judgment, you should be thorough with it that you would be able to answer that. So whatever you're doing right now, focus on that, be thorough with that, and leave the rest. You never know, you might turn out to be lucky, and only whatever you might have studied, and those questions can come. And also, a lot of times what happens is you might have not studied something that might come up. Like last year we had, like especially I faced that, especially company law questions were kind of very dicey, very difficult last year. So you can just leave them. Hardly there were 4 to
Right.
5 questions in company law, you can just leave them. So don't take that much stress that you will ruin your other the entire questions what you have done also, just because of these 5 questions on hardly they are like, if you will consider 5 marks. So just leave them, that would be very helpful.
Right. So, when you have this negative marking, it's very important to know which questions to leave also. Um, how much time did you give in total for dedicated preparation of CLAT PG?
So I started my preparation just in September,
Okay.
towards the end of August 30th, 31st. And so it was September, October, then November. The entire month actually went for my uh, the vivas, college submissions, and the ninth semester as well. So I
Right.
wouldn't consider November. 2 months I would tell.
Okay. Uh, a lot of like the time period which we dedicate to particular exam differs. It differs from person to person, but some students might feel unprepared even after preparing for months altogether, and they might think कि नहीं हुआ है, syllabus cover नहीं हुआ है या scores अच्छे नहीं आ रहे हैं, whatever. So how to get off that pressure during the exam?
First thing is I would request everyone to attempt mock test. Because mock test will give you a clarity of how
Right.
the questions are asked, and also that 2 hours, to sit in that pressure, read those judgments, and then answer those questions. You will get a like hands on it, because this is not like a semester exams. A semester exams
Right.
we are theoretical. We are used to writing answers, right? In this, you have to know the judgment. You have to know the section, and obviously options are there to help you out. You can deduct and do eliminate, then answer that. So that for that, please attempt mock test, at least 1 or 2 mock tests before your the main examination, to get a clarity on how the exam will be. Apart from that, look, CLAT is very unpredictable. This you have to accept the statement, and this is the truth. Because if someone who has prepared for like CLAT PG right from January, so obviously that person has given like good 8 to 9 months, okay, in his
Right.
preparation, in his or her preparation. And if a particular person might have just prepared for 1 or 2 months, and but the judgments what he or she did were thorough, and also luck factor plays an important role,
Definitely.
that he might have calculated that these might be some important judgments, and he might have read those judgments only, and to his luck those questions only come up in the examination. So you cannot say that, I have prepared so well since so many months, so my paper should go only well. Or if a particular person who has not prepared that well think that, I have not prepared so well, so my paper will not go good. It all nothing like that. CLAT is completely unpredictable,
Right.
and also subject wise unpredictability is there. Like I told you, like last year I particularly personally faced a problem in company law. But
Right.
Rashmi, if you are a person who loved company law in your semester, I mean your law school journey, or you are someone who might have loved jurisprudence, and there are questions definitely from jurisprudence, so for you those 5-10 marks are in your hands. You will
Right.
get it however. So it also depends from person to person, their liking towards their subject also. So you do not have to put this thought in your mind that, might be I have not prepared enough, or a particular person who has prepared enough also, don't go into that overconfidence that, I have prepared since January, or I have done so much
Right.
preparations, I know each and every judgment. No, CLAT is like on that particular day what happens, it is
Yes.
that is
Right.
itself make or break situation. So
Ab-
don't be overconfident, don't be underconfident, just be calm.
Right. Also, I think looking at the unpredictability, we have mentioned it so many times now that the paper is unpredictable. I think apart from the CLAT preparation which we do, what we have studied in our 5 years law school, you mentioned company law, jurisprudence. Some things will be there which you might not have covered during your CLAT PG preparation, but you have studied it well during your semester exams or during your classes, and it will definitely help you then.
Exactly. I will give you an example. Like, jurisprudence I had studied in fourth year.
Right.
And there was this direct question on natural justice. but I could remember it. You know,
Right.
if you might have prepared well for your semester exams as well, then automatically those concepts you remember. And obviously you have options to help you now. When the moment you read the options, sometimes you just think about the answer and you get the right answer.
But as you mentioned, you have to be calm to recall that. If you just start panicking, like I have not studied jurisprudence, what will I do? You will not be able to recall even if you have studied it before.
That's what I say na ki CLAT is completely unpredictable, and but you have to stay calm on the exam day especially.
Right. Uh, One important thing which I think where a lot of students might be facing problem with is time management. Looking at the pattern of the paper, it's very important for you to complete the paper in time. So, some advice for managing the time properly.
So that's why I had focused on attempting a mock test. You will get an idea at least. Apart from that, I would tell you a strategy. Like I'm sure everyone who is giving CLAT PG might have thought of this strategy. That's 120 questions, 120 marks. So one question, 1 minute. But apart from that, I would tell you that for first 2 minutes, glance to the entire question paper. Like why I'm telling you this is now let me give you my example what I had faced. Because in CLAT you have four groups, okay, A B C D. In that what they do is they shuffle the numbering, like they shuffle the passages. A particular person who might be having a particular passage as number one question, so D section will not have that as number one question.
Okay.
He will be having that question at 20 number or 30 number.
Okay.
So you have four sections, right? A, B, C, D. So
Hmm.
you have to go through your section thoroughly. That whatever questions are there in your question paper, you have to see through it, have a glance. Now, why I'm telling you this is a lot of times what happens is a particular section, like the first five passages, what I had got were very lengthy and of the subjects which I had not thoroughly studied. Like I had jurisprudence section in the first five questions, then it was company law, and a few other questions were based on something which I had not prepared. And also the first five passages were very lengthy in my section. So what did I do is I started attempting the questions from the back. So I started from 120th question, and which was comparatively easy. The last section, which for my section was of family law, which I could easily tackle and handle and answer the questions. So for you also, I wouldn't tell you that if you're facing this situation, don't attempt questions like right from 1 to 120. 120. You do not have to go in that particular sequence.
Right.
You can see in that 2 minutes, like whatever easy sections you're facing, or you might find that company is your go-to section, or jurisprudence is something you like, so just go through that, solve that question and move ahead. Now this strategy will help you, in fact, prepare mentally that at least you have solved these many questions
It
in
gives you
this much time.
confidence that you have
Yes,
completed.
exactly. It will boost you
Yeah.
that confidence that at least fine, 1 hour is done and I have at least attempted 50 questions. Now I have at least attempted these many questions. Now I have to only focus on the rest, 70 questions. At least your mental calmness,
And
you will
you
have
know
that.
that you have attempted the questions which you have studied thoroughly, so the accuracy is going to be high in
Will
those
be there.
questions. Right.
Exactly. So anyone, don't run behind this that you have to only go through 1 to 20. Just make sure while you're circling the OMR sheet, you're seeing the question number properly and circling that particular only then, because then that will mess up your entire paper. And also carry the watch, like they don't allow digital watch, so the non-digital watch, carry it and keep checking the time. Don't be in your own la la land thinking, okay, I have started the paper, I'm in time. No, after 5 to 10 minutes, just have a glance and see what's the time.
Right. This OMR sheet, it's been a joke for the longest time that the scariest thing is to look that there's the number is wrong on the OMR sheet. So definitely that's something which you need to keep a check on.
Yes. And especially if you're leaving a particular question also, please make sure like you have attempted fifth question, sixth you have left, and seventh. So when you're attempting the seventh one, please make sure you're circling the seventh one only.
Right. So, we have talked about the preparation, we have talked about time management during the exam and handling the pressure during the exam. What about the pressure that comes after exam? Because there's a waiting period for results, and then uh, you are thinking every possible option that could happen. You'll get into this college, you'll not get, you'll get this, you'll get that. How do you handle that period?
Now I too went on a vacation because I know I would be thinking the same thing.
Right,
So
great.
yeah, I went to Udupi. I was on a vacation, so I couldn't get that much time to think about.
Might or might not follow the advices which you gave before that about handling time pressure, everything. They are definitely going to follow this advice of going on vacation.
I would be very happy. Send me vacation pictures. I would be like very happy to see them enjoying vacation at least after the burnout they had.
Right. uh, so did you have any backup plan if CLAT PG did not work? So are you a person who kind of wants to keep it safe and have a second option, or are you someone like, if I'm into it, and I get only this?
No, no. I always have a backup, and in fact, I have two,
Right.
three backups. So I am that person, and
Right.
I in fact advise everyone to have backups. Okay, please, don't go running behind these motivational quotes. If you are, if you have a plan B, that means you're not giving 100%, nothing, nothing
So
like that. Please, you should have a plan B, and you should have a plan C as well. You don't know how things might land up, and you never know. The plan C might be work out best for you
right.
after 1 or 2 years. So we cannot predict that thing. So please have a plan, options. Let's backup options. Now let me tell you the backup options you can have or you can think about it.
Right.
Number one is ALIT. Please fill out the forms for ALIT. That's for NLU Delhi.
Right.
Apart from that, you can also think of CUTPG. Now, CUTPG is considered to be reputed for three colleges. Number one is DU. A lot of people want to get into DU. DU is actually one of the best colleges in India, and
Right.
you're in Delhi. You can also, do a side hustle along with your masters. If you're in Delhi, you can go for coaching for judiciary or any other things as
Right.
well. And also BHU. BHU is also considered a reputed institution. And also TIS, TIS admission, that's Tata Institute of Social Service, which is in Mumbai. It also accepts CUT PG score. But apart from that, TIS also conducts its own GD round and personal interview. Apart from its CUT PG, you have to be give that. Let me tell you another thing. DU and BHU offer 2 years LLM program, and TIS offers only 1 year program. So please check this also, that what how many years they're offering. Now I had personally this thing that I wanted to do only 1 year LLM.
I think most of
So
us
I
want
had
to go for 1 year LLM program
one
because,
year only.
yeah.
So I had not appeared for a CUTPG.
Okay.
Uh, so yes, but if you want to, you can think about it. Apart from that, there are private colleges and you can think about them because they all offer only 1 year LLM, like
Right.
Symbiosis. But Symbiosis conducts its own entrance examination, so please check their website. Then you have Nirma. So Nirma accepts a CLAT score also, and as well as they conduct their own entrance
Right.
examination.
The
So if you're
same is
giving
for the
CLAT, so
undergraduate program, I think. Because I remember in my time we gave entrance exam for Nirma separately, and they
okay.
also, yeah, it's
Yeah,
same for
but now
undergraduate
they are
program.
accepting the this as well. They are accepting CLAT score as well.
Yeah.
Apart from that, the third college would be uh, Jindal. But
Yeah.
just check, make sure that the fees you
Right.
can afford or not. And it is also offering 1 year program. Okay.
Right.
Apart from that, there are a lot of state universities like Mumbai University, Pune University, and colleges in these universities also accept LLM. But all these LLM program are 2 years LLM program. So
Right.
please make sure that you do this basic research work before you will have to choose a particular specialization for masters. So make sure that you check these websites, and these information is very easily available on their websites. So you have to just do a Google search and go through it.
Right. So I'll tell you a funny story. Uh, I think I randomly checked for LLM programs, so which offer like hybrid LLM programs, because I am not um, very sure if I want to do LLM, but I was just checking it. So I ended up filling a form of some reputed university, and I got a call back on the Diwali day or a day prior to Diwali.
Hmm.
Give the details. After telling me everything, and I was like, okay, wow, this is amazing, and I'll be able to do an LLM from this university. I asked for free structure at the very end. The amount which we told which she told me was 10 lakhs for a year, and I was like, okay, thank you. Have a happy Diwali, because obviously 10 lakhs is too much for a year. And yeah, so I was very happy. I almost, I was writing it on a paper. I wrote everything, and I had made my mind, okay, I'm going to pursue LLM from this university, until I asked her for the fee structure. So the moment you told me about Jindal, I was like, okay, check the fee structure first.
Yes, this is something which you need to keep in mind, please.
Yeah. Also about this plan B thing. So I had Mr. Deepak Anjana sir, who is an excise officer in MP, Madhya Pradesh government. I asked this question to him because a lot of people who prepare for civil service have this notion that if you have a plan B, you are not confident enough. So he was like, I did my undergraduate from Nirma. I pursued my LLM from NLIU. I knew that I want to do civil services since I started my first year, since I started my
Hmm.
college.
Hmm. Hmm.
But I wanted to have a safe option. That's why I did. He could clear civil services in single attempt, but uh, he appeared for civil services 2019. The decision came for went into some dispute. It went to court, and only in 2023 he could join the service. So those 3 years, because he had a backup plan and he had completed his masters, he was working. It's very difficult to sit idle for those three four
Exactly.
years. So he was very grateful that, okay, thankfully I did my masters and then I jumped into preparation. I could sit, I could appear, and now I can work till the time the decision comes. So even though he could clear it in single attempt, it worked in his favor, and that's when I decided I'm not going to do anything without a plan B. You never know what can happen. You might even clear it in a single attempt, but what happens in between those years is also very important. So yeah, having a plan B and a plan C is very, very crucial.
Exactly. You should have them.
Right. One more question that I have for you is what to do on that particular day, on the day of exam.
So first is have a good night's sleep. I'm sure you will be very nervous thinking that what will be the exam, how what questions will come up. But don't think about that. Have a good night's sleep of at least 7 to 8 hours. Then the next day, reach the destination, please, at least 45 minutes early. I'm not sure that whatever, obviously, you will be having your centers in big cities. So you have to also calculate the traffic and how far is it from your home, from your hostel.
Right.
So please calculate and reach the venue early itself, because what happens is CLAT PG and CLAT UG are conducted in the same colleges or
Premises.
same
Yeah.
place premises. So there's a lot of mess around, and a lot of students are there. So you need to reach, and also the traffic gets jammed. Okay, I
Oh,
had seen this. I
oh.
had come walking from a long distance
I
because the
remember
traffic
CLAT
was jammed.
UG, you have to walk for at least a kilometer because the jam is so much. Yeah.
And yes, so you cannot predict these things, so please reach the location early. And the moment you reach, make sure you check which classroom you have been allotted, because a lot of times what happens is, towards the end, many students come and there's this rush over that board or wherever they might have placed, and a lot of times pushing and a lot of things happen. So please make sure the moment you reach, go and check where your classroom is. Make sure you have check that properly. Apart from that, a day prior only, make sure to keep all the documents. They ask for original IDs, okay? So
Right.
don't take your photocopy and these things. Make sure you carry your original one only. And the hall ticket, I'm sure there will be these instructions that you have to take color printout and all. So make sure you follow that instructions thoroughly. And also on that exam day, like I have mentioned it earlier also, that you need to be very calm. So whatever chaos might be happening over there, a lot of situations might happen, okay? A lot of time they might not allow you in time to enter the premise. A lot of time pushing might have happened. A lot of things might happen, okay? Even in those situations, you need to stay very, very calm. And also a small this thing, that you might have faced this situation, or you might face this situation as well, that your two friends, or you might have your very close friends, you might have asked them that are you preparing for CLAT PG and all, and they might have denied that they're not preparing or appearing, and you might see them also in the examination center. So be prepared for the shocks also. Don't let that hamper you and your
Yes.
D-Day of CLAT. Just ignore, and you have to only focus on your examination. And also try avoiding talking to as many as people in that zone, okay? A
Right.
lot of time very toxic people come and just say anything, negativity or negative things, so that might hamper your that calmness. So just avoid talking to such people. Stay focused, say your mantra, say chant whatever prayer you want to chant, and just stay calm, stay hydrated, carry your water bottle, and yes, give your best. All the best to everyone who will be appearing for CLAT PG this year.
Right. Talking about reaching your destination on time, please see that you know the destination, because if you miss that, a friend of mine last year missed an exam, semester exam, because she thought, so there was two college from the same name. She reached
Mm,
another sector, so that happened.
mm,
Also, if you have seen Kota Factory, you know what happens if you miss out,
exactly.
you mess up with this destination. And it's very important to stay away from toxic people. I'd say stay away from the toppers who you think, or they think themselves that they are the toppers, because there's a friend of mine who has studied everything in the universe, and he'll come and give you a major FOMO right before the exam. Entering the
Exactly.
exam hall with that kind of underconfidence is such a no thing. It's a big no for CLAT PG. One thing which I missed out on, since now you have cleared your CLAT PG and it's been around a year for you, not if not year, some months. So how is it going? How so far?
uh, I'm loving the journey. In fact, I have made few vlogs also, which
Yeah.
I've posted on my pages, and people are also loving those vlogs. And so I'm enjoying the journey so far. But also, kind of life is hectic at NLU. I mean, you enter thinking that you've done your UG now, LLM. It's kind of relaxation, but no, LLM is not at all relaxation. You have a lot of things also to do, like research paper, dissertation, then you have your viva presentation and exam. So just like your UG, uh, you're going to have your PG as well, that's LLM. So don't come with this mindset that you're going to enjoy, have fun. You're going to enjoy, you're going to have fun, but at
Right.
the same time you will have that academic pressure as well.
Right.
So yes, you have to balance between both.
So what would you say, going all those sleepless nights and preparing for months and months, is it all worth it after entering NLU?
Yes, it is worth it. Yes, definitely.
I think that's the
You will
motivation
get to learn a lot of
our
things.
friends need now. I
Yes.
think that's the motivation our friends need right now. And so, as you mentioned, it's very hectic. People going with this misconception that they'll be able to work and study, pursue their LLM. It's not going to happen. You'll have to dedicate a year fully to your master's.
Exactly, because apart from that, you even have this attendance criteria, right, in an LLM as well. So you will have to fulfill that 75% criteria even in your LLM. So you will have to give it full 1 year.
Right. So I think we have covered almost everything. Finally, I'll ask you if you have some advice to do. give to students who are preparing for CLAT PG, which is scheduled for 1st December this year?
Okay, now the final advice would be, now only 15 to 20 days are left.
Right.
Focus on that, give your best, and please stop getting these negative thoughts, whatever you might be getting, what will be the result, and you will get into NLU or not. Leave that rest in the hands of God. You have to just focus and do your best. You have to do your hard work. Let's see what happens. And also, one more thing I wanted to mention is that the moment the results come out, don't think you get like, if your rank is not that good, don't just self and you eliminate yourself thinking that you will not get into an NLU. Now what happens is, a lot of times, till the fourth round, CLAT consortium conducts your counseling process.
Right.
After that, there is a fifth round. A lot of them don't know. Now, in that, what you have to do is keep checking the NLU websites. In that fifth round, uh, the colleges invite applications to all those students who couldn't get admission into first four rounds. So you never know, you can apply in that round. And also, these rounds extend up to sixth, seventh, eighth round. Okay, now let me tell you, this all is happening on their official websites of that particular NLU. Okay, so you never know, don't give up. After your CLAT results are out, also go for this plan B's, like private institutes. If you can go take admission in that. And when the fourth round ends, keep checking the websites of the all the NLUs and
Right.
keep applying them. And I have seen people who have actually got a greater rank, and they thought that they might not get into NLUs, but because in the fifth, sixth round, these colleges open and accept applications, they landed up into NLUs as well. So
Right.
yes, don't self-eliminate yourself. Keep checking the websites after the counseling process ends. And also, I would tell, whatever you might have studied, okay, till one day prior to your CLAT, just make sure and tell yourself that this is the best you could do. On the day of examination, you need to stay very, very calm.
Right.
Whatever you might face, whatever questions you might see, just use your brain, stay calm, keep yourself hydrated, and you have to focus on that particular question itself and answer that. And also, another strategy would be, on the particular exam day, that would be, if you find that all the questions you're reading, you can answer those questions, all the questions are very easy, don't get overexcited and be very very happy that, oh my god, this all judgments I have studied and they have only come. Because in that overexcited excitement and being happy, you might end up doing a wrong circle in your OMR sheet, or you might mess something other things. Okay, so, and also, if you're got a very, very difficult paper, I don't pray that, I hope you get a easy questions. I don't pray that you get a difficult question paper, but as I said, that CLAT is unpredictable. Even on that exam date, if you get a very difficult question paper, just have this simple strategy and simple thought that if it's difficult for me, then it would be difficult for Rashmi as well. It would be difficult for another student as well. It would be difficult for all the students out there who are appearing for CLAT PG. So at that point, you need to stay very calm, read the question, and think, recall the answer. And I'm sure if you might have read, if you might have gone through it, you will get some or the other answer. Or check the passage. A lot of times they are providing the answers in the passage as well.
Right.
So yes, don't, especially in those 2 hours, don't self-eliminate yourself thinking that, yeah, if I might have started studying for the past 4 months or 3 months, these thoughts come up in the examination hall.
Don't go
Okay,
into that guilt trip.
exactly, don't go in the guilt trip on that particular day. Now, whatever you have done your best. Just focus on your paper at that particular day.
Right. If it's difficult, it's difficult for all, and if it's easy for all. At the end of it, it just have those n number of seats which they are gonna fill. It's not going to be n+1 if it's difficult, and n-1 if it's easier. So yeah, thank you so much. I think we have covered more or less everything. Is there something which you would like to add?
No, nothing. But the same thing that would I would say is to anyone now. After results, I would tell this thing that always remember this quote, which my mom tells me whenever I am like feeling low or things don't work out in my way. This quote is given by Harivansh Rai Bachchan, which says, "जब जब मन का होता है तब तब अच्छा होता है, जब जब मन का नहीं होता तो
और भी
और भी अच्छा
अच्छा
होता है,
होता
क्योंकि
है।
वो ईश्वर का मन का होता है." So if you land up in a good NLU, you get the desired, subject, what specialization you wanted. Please go for it. Congratulations! I'm very happy for you all. And if you don't land up as well, don't think that's end. Don't think that's the full stop of your career. You might end up into a good job. Then later on, you can come and do pursue LLM. I know so many people who have started the practice, then they went for an LLM at Jindal or other colleges.
Right.
So yes, it's up to you. So don't think that this CLAT PG is just an end or something. You can land up into any other greater opportunities as well. So whatever will be your result, take it in a positive way and be happy. And my mom says this thing also, that God has planned something for everyone. So don't think that if you're not getting this particular set or this particular NLU, he might have planned something for you. So think about it and move ahead in life.
I think that's when plan B and plan C comes, because if you know that even if you could not do it in single attempt, you have something to
Exactly.
land upon. You would not get those after exam anxiety and result pressure. So yeah,
Exactly.
that's
Yes. Yes.
definitely something to keep in mind. Thank you so much.
And also I wouldn't and also I'm just adding on this thing, I wouldn't recommend anyone to take a year drop for CLAT PG, especially
Right,
unless and until you're preparing for judiciary, like you're preparing for judiciary or any other civil service examination, and you want to just have CLAT PG as your backup. Then you can attempt in your next December. But apart from that, to any other student, I wouldn't recommend to take a drop.
right. It's very important to know if you want to take a gap, because a lot of students who take gap for CLAT UG also, they end up regretting it later. So,
Yes.
right. Mm. Right. So thank you so much, Likita, for sharing all your experiences and insights with us. I'm sure it will help a lot of students. It will calm a lot of students who are going to appear for CLAT 2025. So thank you so much. And it was really a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me on your show, Rashmi. And I'm sure a lot of students will, find this podcast very helpful. And whatever you're doing, it's a great job. I've seen your podcast, and you're doing a great job. I wish you really, really very best for your future and for your CLAT as well.
Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. And thank you so much. And I also wish you all the very best for all your future endeavors.
Thank you, dear. Thank you.